And here we are, arrived in Nuku HIva. Our driver is that guy right there. He's waiting for somebody else as well, by the look of it.
Mountain here, 1,224 meters.
Okay.
The name is the Tekao.
Tekao?
Ah, yeah. Tekao, the mountain, the big mountain, the high mountain.
That's the old road. 5-hour trip out to the airport.
Airport.
Hello. Hi. So Jean-Claude, if there's two cars, sometimes you can't pass.
Ah, yeah, you can stay there.
Oh.
Yeah, voilà. Wow, it's a Taipei Bay.
Okay, nice.
On your right, you can see Wonder Bay on the right. It's a Collet Bay. Okay.
First step in the morning is breakfast. With our fellow hikers, we're waiting for the boat to take us over to Daniels Bay and the beginning of our walk up to the Vaipo waterfall.
Oh, there's a big one.
And just getting our shoes ready and for the walk up to the waterfall in Daniels Bay. I can't remember the Polynesian name for it. After our first river crossing, when it was up to our calves, we decided to keep the water shoes on, at least until the blisters start. It's just too much difficulty switching back and forth shoes every time you have to cross water. We have to cross water a bit.
Want to take a picture?
Yeah, it's spectacular. This is Eric, our guide. Is it pamplemousse?
Ja, pamplemousse. Ouais. Ja, ja, papaya.
Oh, okay.
It's just Sunday, because there is no priest here.
Okay.
It's just between them.
Mm.
All people. The fruit is are the passion fruit.
De passion.
Ik vind het heel goed smitten.
Wel, maar je helft wordt water.
Ja.
Is there a cross up there? Or just a rock?
No.
Hey, pigs are coming over.
Natural.
Are pigs coming over? Oh yeah.
Ah.
Ja, het is van de farmers over here.
Sorry.
It's not a wild one.
Oh, no.
No.
Hello.
He wasn't sure.
We stopped for the picture.
Yeah.
Especially for you.
Just they beat just one time, and after it's okay.
Yeah.
They don't need to change.
This tiki, is that very old?
No. About 30 years old.
Oh, okay.
No more. Yeah.
Mm.
It was because the old man on this Taipei was a sculptor.
Oh, okay.
So now he's died. So his wife is more in the main village.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah.
She doesn't want to
Live here.
live here now. Yeah.
And nobody lives here now?
No.
Oh.
Just sometime when one son comes here for to clean to do clean.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And this is another tiki by the same sculptor that lived back there, about 50, 55 years old. Here you can see the remains of the old road that used to run from the shoreline directly up this valley, when this valley had 4,000 to 5,000 people living in it. Now nobody basically lives here except a few diehards, that's it. The population of the valley here fell off as the population did in the island and in all of the Marquesas, when the people were decimated by disease and guns and other things introduced by Europeans.
But famous
Yeah.
people.
And how old is it?
I think it's about between 200 to 400 years
En
ago.
Oh.
rechts van die
Oh,
dunne
hier
palm.
ook. Ja.
Zie je nou dat witte
Ja.
And the center of the view there,
Ik zat er precies even
Ja,
die,
dat dacht ik wel.
there's a cave there with a grave in it, hollowed out trunk of a log with a body in
There
it.
is another one on the left side, but it's not possible to see it.
Ah, oké.
Oh.
On the way, it's a very narrow path on the right side,
Oké.
around the rock.
Ja.
It's very difficult to go.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Mm.
Oh, like a sky, like a false sky there. Please stop.
Ouais, si t'arrives à descendre en bas. Ouais. À la limite, si tu arrives à descendre comme ça.
Dat is hoog, hoor. 450 meter.
Maybe when we come back, not raise down. Go down. Maybe when we come back. So the waterfall is 350 meters high.
Yeah.
And there is about 70 meters we can't see it
Okay.
on the down.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a village from 100 meters this side, all this area, all village.
This whole area was a
Because
village.
for 1,000 people, you need to have many small villages.
Yeah, this whole area was a village at one time. You can see a wall there. And the Taipei back over there. Taipei is being endemic to the Marquesas. They're not Marae or Marae, the ceremonial platforms. The Taipeis are foundations for dwellings.
So be careful. It's nice to put again return. When we stop, there is mosquitoes. It's like you want, but they come. Coming.
What were
Yeah.
these used for?
Sorry?
What were these used for?
They use for the breadfruit tree. But so they collect the breadfruit when it's the season, and the late fermented 4 or 5 days outside. And after they cut the breadfruit, and they I don't know, crush it.
Crush it?
Yeah.
Crush the breadfruit? Yeah.
And after this all is clean, they put leaves from banana trees on level lace. No, lace. Yeah, with this tree, the breadfruit, fermented breadfruit. After leaves, the same. Different layers like this. And after the end, they cover it again with big leaves, stones, soil, and because they didn't want there is oxygen inside this hole. So like this, they can keep preserve.
Store it.
Can preserve this past tree, and they can take some time, different level. When it's between the season of the breadfruit, because there is a 3-4 season by year. They need to have something also to eat.
And after yet another river crossing, I guess that was our third, I've decided to try to leave my Crocs on now. This is too difficult taking the hiking shoes off and on. We're getting ready to go into the cleft of the mountain where the base of the waterfall is. We don't go right into the base area. We stay, he said, about 200 meters away because of the danger of falling rocks. Even here he's suggesting that once we get inside the cleft that it's best to move on fairly quickly. Again, no dilly-dallying, just like in that other waterfall valley. They do have a lot of rocks that come down. And it's another view of the waterfall. And this is as far as we go. Today on the 3rd of June we've gone for a little scenic tour in a rental car. And right at the moment we've got our friends here, Martin and Bernadette from Holland. We're trying to remember the name of the town here. I think it's Taioha'e. Taioha'e. Okay, Taioha'e. Yeah, that's a beauty.
Là, on voit l'île de Vaipo en face. Il y a dans les 2000 habitants. Hein. C'est 50 km. C'est l'aéroport le plus dangereux de Polynésie.
Ah bon?
Ah, c'est desservi que par le petit avion.
Ouais.
Et puis sinon, des fois, il y a des tensions.
Well, we're now over in more of the eastern part of the island on the south coast. The very lowest reaches of the Taipivai valley. You can see how far down it is there. It's gorgeous. And the open ocean is just over there. So we're going to drive down into the little village down here that's at the head of the bay, and then we're going to start driving up the valley into the area where Herman Melville got to. He came from a bay to our westward when he ran away from his sailing ship Acushnet with a buddy, and they went away from the boat and up into the valley, and then to get away from any repercussions of their abandoning the ship, they started through the mountains on trails and got over to the valley that he called Typee, and found to his horror that he was among the people that had been described to him as cannibals and very bad people. Of course, what he found out when he got there was that the very bad Taipei people were saying the same thing about the others. So, and they were very kind to him. So, yeah, a little bit of commentary there on basic human nature. So, a little further up that road, there is a marker apparently that delineates where he lived for a while with his Polynesian sweetheart. Yeah, that's the end of the valley right there. You can see there's a mud plain basically right at the head of the valley. Well, not knowing where we are really or what we're doing, we know where we are, we know what we're doing, but we don't know what this place is. It looked kind of interesting, so we pulled over here and parked the car and came over, but I think it may just be like a market square area for sellers of various things, and nothing's happening right now, but anyway, because this is all locked up. But we thought we'd come over and take a look anyway. They had some tikis out on the lawn, that big covered area. I suspect it's a market. This marvelous grove of palm trees there on that hillside. I thought maybe there might be some displays or something in there, but it looks like it's all empty. It's just for markets. Well, we've missed Herman Melville's plaque somewhere along the road. We didn't see it. I'll check again on the way south. And I believe we've missed another turnoff. We saw the turnoff, but we didn't believe it could possibly be it. So it looked like a driveway. But anyway, we can check that on the way back. Yeah, we just stopped here, just above the town of Taioha'e, and on the north coast, just for a little sightseeing view. Well, we have found something here on the road. We are just opposite the, well, just a little bit below the Taipivai site, directly opposite the Kamuihei site, and above the Tahakia site. These red things are marking Taipivais, or foundations for dwellings. And this is the Tohua, which is, I believe, a common area for meetings and such like that. Trying to check here if there's anything that's taboo. Okay, let's go and take a little look around. There's petroglyphs here. Petroglyphs here, Moan. That is one huge tree. Crossing over what's now a dry riverbed. End up onto this Taipee. This is one of those large common areas that was being described on our waterfall hike. You can imagine the hundreds of people gathered around here for watching games or competitions. Now down in that area and looking back in the direction we came. This is the northern site, the one that's closer to the water. On the other side of the road. I can't remember the name of it right now, but I'm sure I'll subtitle it. The one that we explored was the middle one, and most spectacular. Looks like there's some sort of carving that was started or happening on those trees. Either that or they're been girdled to kill them, but no, I think that's probably some kind of carving. Well, that appears to be all there is to this site. There may be more, but it's not obvious. Looks like that might be another Taipivai that's been overgrown with bushes. Anyway, let's move on down to Taioha'e and see what is down there on the waterfront. This is the end of the road pretty well at Taioha'e. Gorgeous scenery. There's a guy at the top of the hill there. I asked about Herman Melville and he said, yeah, it's just down here. Hi, bonjour. Yeah, apparently down here by the riverbank is where it is. Apparently this is the location where Melville lived. There's a Taipei there, but the gentleman here says that there's no plaque or sign for the area. He just knows it. It's pretty wet down there, sorry. This gentleman says there's no plaque, it's just he knows this is a spot. Yeah, that's probably just as well, yeah. Yeah. Well, we've had some interesting experiences today driving around. We did get to see the three large sites of that are up on near the North Shore, archaeological sites, and that was quite interesting. But we were also looking for Herman Melville's monument. It's supposed to be on the side of the road, marking where he lived with Taioha'e. Anyway, we got right in the area. We were very close to where it was indicated it was supposed to be, and there happened to be an older man there on the side of the road working. So I asked him about the location, and as soon as I said Herman Melville, he turned around and pointed down the hillside directly away from the road. He said it's down on the shore of the river. Okay, great. So we start walking down through the mud, and it's very slippery. My Crocs are slipping all over like crazy. And we get down there, and there's a younger guy who was working down there, and he leads us on further down right through some really heavy bush and again very muddy and wet conditions down closer to the riverbank, and there we find Taipei and old ruins of old living accommodations. Nothing of any structure left, just foundation and stuff. And he said this is Melville's place. You know, he had very little English. You know, we were doing kind of a pigden thing in French. But anyway, he said this is it, and he wanted to know if I was part of Melville's family or something. I said no. I don't know if he realizes who this guy is or anything. But anyway, he said this is it. I said, is there a plaque around? Well, I think the word plaque caused a lot of trouble. I was telling him it was a big sign and stuff like that. No, he never heard of that, and there didn't seem to be anything like that around there. So whether there ever was a sign or monument on the side of the road, I have no idea. There was just this ruins of an old Taipei or house foundation, and that's about it. So that's about as good as we could get. But we're 70% sure that we were in the right place anyway, because of the way the two people were indicating that we were correct. And the other place we were trying to find is an archaeological site. It's supposed to have some great, like 7 or 12 or something, stone tikis overlooking this huge common area courtyard, but we just could not find that. And that's the real strange thing to say we couldn't find it, because there was a sign on the side of the road pointing to the right, naming the place and saying 500 meters. Well, what does that mean? Does it mean go up this road, which is right there opposite the sign, for 500 meters down this road and find the spot? That seemed very reasonable, because that kind of matched up with what we'd heard where it was supposed to be. Turns out that road is somebody's driveway, and we ended up driving up into the bad guy's backyard, and he's there working, and we asked him where this archaeological site was, and he motioned further down to the south, and he was sweeping his arm around as if we had to go in from another direction. Only trouble is there is no other road down there. We did try another one. It's another driveway, and that's all there was. There was just a couple driveways, and so it wasn't really clear. Now if you go north, that is where the GPS says this thing is, and it's actually got the location really narrowed down the GPS, so that we actually drove right to the spot where the GPS said this archaeological site was. Only trouble was, it's not an archaeological site at all. It's a water plant, like a water supply building, and it's obviously got nothing to do with anything archaeological. So anyway, we didn't have any luck doing that, but we did have some nice views at the other place that you just saw in the jungle there, and that was very nice, and off at the shore where we had the beautiful scenery. So we've had a nice day anyway. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, on the way to the airport for leaving back to Papeete, we have an opportunity now to look down the canyon here. It was raining on the way in, so we weren't able to see the canyon, but now it is visible. And in the background there, the ocean.
Beautiful pictures from there. Oh, from here? The canyon name is Taioha'e.
Okay. That's Jean-Claude's wife.
I see maybe 4 times I went to Grand Canyon.
Yes.
But to Skyline, Skywalk, I doesn't.
No.